and this is Toby, and welcome to a Tobyknits Flosstube episode 46. Now, if you're new here, and even if you're a returning viewer, welcome. To all my new viewers, oh, welcome, I'm so glad you came. But you're gonna need a cup of tea. You are, because this is not going to be the normal 20-30 minute video. No. This is going to be much longer because I have got such a lot to tell you and show you, and I mean a lot. I may have to break this video into two. We may have to continue part 2 next week. But for now, let's get going so I can explain everything to you. Okay, so I'm in the new surroundings. No, they're not new surroundings. I shouldn't say that. I got a new cabinet. That one over there, which is the same as this except double. And that's got all the knitting on. This has got all the fabric for my bags and quilting. And the one on the bottom behind me, which is the same as that one, has all the cross-stitch stuff in that I brought from upstairs where it had lived for, gosh, I don't even know how long. A long time. And I hadn't looked at it in a long time. What? Oh, you want to see a tour of the room? What did you say? Okay, here you go. So here we go. We're entering the craft room. So there's my cutting table and office where I do all my videos and edit them and stuff. Over here is all my fabric. Those are the scrap bins. And these are all the bins that have backing fabric, panels, 1 yard cuts, all the way down. That's a calyx unit. It's a single calyx unit. Over here, oh, look at this. This is all full of cross stitch now. All full of cross stitch. That's all kits I have not ever opened yet. Those are at the bottom there. These are things that are whips basically. So those, they need bags. This is all linens, Adas, finished patterns I want to make, or charts. There's all my floss in there, and I honestly don't remember what's in that bottom one there, and a couple of frames. And then there is all my yarn. And there is my sewing machine with my view outside. And over here is my basket of knitting whips that have been on hibernation. And here is all my current quilting whips. Oh, and up there are more knitting whips on hibernation. And there's a couple of cross-stitch pictures I need to find a home for. And there's the designer wall. And up there are just some books. So there is my and of course, there's Toby in his bed. And let me show you some of these. Well, you've seen Eat, Sleep, Craft. That was the Bothy's thread box I got. This one was Boo Crew from 2022. Fat Quarter Shop did that. And I made a the quilt as well. And I think I gave that to my daughter-in-law. This is one I did with my friend Diana. Hi, Diana. I can't even remember now what that was. What was it, Di? I know it was I feel like it was a mystery sew along or something. This was Bats and Booze, which again was a Fat Quarter Shop quilt, which I have and put up every Halloween. and that was the cross stitch that went with it. This is my first ever design that I designed for a cross stitch retreat Diana and I did, I feel like it was 2 years ago. And this I gave to everyone who came to the retreat, and each day they got to stitch a different part. It was a mystery. So yeah, I still have the PDF of that. Isn't it cute though? I was quite pleased with that. Here is a kit that I got from England, and I stitched this in 1997. Wow. And then this was the sister kit, which I don't think I dated this one for some reason, but it would have been the same year or the year after. I always usually date my cross stitch. And then one of the very first cross stitches, again, I didn't date this one, is this Northumberland Place, Bath. I used to live there, and in that little area, it was like passages of shops. No cars could go down, but in there was the shop that I bought my first ever cross stitch. I probably got this there too when I was 17. I didn't get this when I was 17, but so there you go. So let's look at some more stuff. Isn't it look nice? My husband said to me, I hope you're going to keep it tidy like this all the time. What? What? When you're working, you need a mess. That's how it works. You need to be able to leave things and come back to them. That's how it works. Anyway, whatever. That's what I said to him. Whatever. So what have I got to show you today? As you know, I have 4 cross stitch whips. 4. So I thought. No, I've got more than 4. But the 4 I have actively been working on are as follows, and in no particular order. In the Michaels bag, which will be replaced shortly, is Picking Puppies. Now, this one I started, probably should have got everything out to tell you about this first, shouldn't I? This one I started in August 29th, 2022. And it's a dimensions kit, and it looks like this. Now, this dog is identical to the dog my son has, the one that lives in Nova Scotia, Sean. And this one looked not quite identical to the dog they used to have that just passed away. So I wanted to change the colors of this dog. Yeah, I know. So I am changing the colors. I have picked 3 colors. I did a kind of overlay drawing on the front cover page. I photocopied it and then overlaid where I needed the shading to be. And I've got quite a good ways on this one now. So I've almost finished. I just have this little tiny bit there and a little bit there of this dog. Oh, isn't he gorgeous? It's a she. It's my Ellie. And I just love her to death. And I have started the other dog. So this is going to be from a black and white piece, because it's all blacks and grays, to a not black and white piece, because this will be the color. It's like because their other dog was the same color as Toby. So I have started on that. And what I decided to do was I looked at some of the symbols and how they were, and I just switched for the second dog the symbols, 3 of the symbols and the colors, and the rest I'm going to try and leave the same. just to add texture. I don't know. But anyway, so this one is really coming on. Obviously, I still have to do the rest of this to make it look more like that side. These are all single or half cross stitches, and the full cross stitches in the middle, which I think really pulls him out and really makes him look real. Or why am I calling him a him? It's a her. It's Ellie. Come on, it's Ellie. So I am loving that one. So I'm trying to give each of my cross stitches 2 evenings a week. That's the plan. Did I say evenings? I meant 2 days, because typically I sew in the mornings. I am retired, remember that, right? My husband still works and works 10-hour shifts, so I'm often alone. So I work in the mornings in the craft room here, making bags or quilting or sewing or whatever I want to do. And then usually about 1 o'clock I go have lunch, and then I spend the afternoon cross stitching because it's light and it's lovely, either on the back deck or catching up on YouTubes. Then in the evenings after supper I knit. Well, I've got a bit of a confession. I can't stop cross stitching right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm really finding it hard to pick up the knitting needles in the evening. I don't want to. I just want to cross stitch. But I have certain things that I need to do for Christmas gifts. Yet, I know it's a long ways to Christmas yet. But I still love cross stitching more right now. It's really annoying. This is the Peter Rabbit bag. This is one that I made. And there's one of these in the shop, or will be going in the shop this week. And oh, I gotta get him off the hoop for you. This is a sampler which is from a magazine, and it's a British magazine. It comes out weekly in England, or if you subscribe you get 4 once a month. And so Peter is here in the middle. And isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love that so much. And I've been back stitching this as I go, just to bring them more to life, so that Peter was watching me while I was doing the rest. And then these are going to be the Flopsy bunnies. There are 2 bunny rabbits there who are having a conversation with Peter. And here's a picture of what it will look like. So you can see every couple of weeks we get a new piece to stitch, and they will go all the way around, and this will make a spring sampler. And there are going to be 4 of them. So this is a long, a very long, what's the word I'm looking for? Project, very long subscription, probably 2 years. And the whole point of this is that there's going to be 4: spring, summer, fall, or autumn as they call it in England, and winter. And each of my 4 grandchildren, who range from age 4 to 9 months, are all born in a different season. So my plan is to make them for each one of the grandchildren, but instead of writing the word spring, I will write their name. Well, not write, so their name. And I'm keeping them at my house till they're 18, and then they can get them. But that's the plan. But I am loving making this. And just to give you an idea of what the magazines look like, my dad, because my dad has to order them for me, because you can only get them in England. My dad had to order them for me, and then he mails them to me. So this is what the magazines look like. And there again is that little spring sampler. And so each of the magazines has the sampler pattern, or that part of it, because it's very much broken down for new cross stitchers to learn how to cross stitch. And there's always 2 different projects in it that you can stitch as well. And actually this previous one was nice. Look at that one. I like this one. That would be nice and quick. And there's always an alphabet letter every every other magazine we get an alphabet letter. So again, I thought that would be fun to make for all of the grandkids their own. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that one because I hate frogs. And there's always a story inside. I know somebody that would love that. Her name is mentioned, Sue. What? But there's always a little story inside. So, for example, this one is all about where Beatrix Potter lived or visited, or how a particular animal had been devised by her, kind of thing. So anyway, they're lovely magazines and I absolutely love them. So that's a very much an ongoing thing and will be for a while. In this one, which is, of course, is the Halloween bag I made, and is there one of these in the shop? I think there is. And there might even be some Flosstube bags too, I don't remember. In this one, I am doing the Cotton and Twine August sampler box. So what this is, and I am not kidding you, you need to go check their website out. They are in Britain, yes, I will give you that. But once a month you get a box in the mail which has the fabric, it has the floss, it has a tea bag, it has a candy, it has frame or something to help you frame it with. And they are beautiful, beautiful patterns and charts. The charts are like, one side is black and white, the other side is color. And I'm very happy to tell you they sent me this so that I could show you guys just how lovely, quick, and easy it is to make, because it is. Now, they sent this to me on linen. Oh, I am having so much fun. I used to all the time prefer linen. Years and years ago, when I was cross-stitching, hey, don't do that. That's my wire. Thank you. Sorry, there's a blue jay on the wire, pecking the wire. It's not happening. No. I worked at the cross-stitch cupboard, and up until that point I had cross-stitched all the time, but I had only ever cross-stitched on linen, on Ada, sorry. I had never done linen, and then I had never seen a dedicated store to cross-stitch either, which was amazing. Most of the things I ever bought were kits, and so when I started working at the cross-stitch cupboard, and I was trying to work out when it was, I feel like it was about 1992 or 93. It was right after they hadn't been open very long. They were in Ottawa, on Carling Avenue, I think. And anyway, I used to work there Friday night, all day Saturday and Sunday, because I was a stay-at-home mom. So my husband would look after the kids on the weekends and I'd go to work. And I had never done linen till then. And then, of course, so this is it. Oh, I wish I had something I could put this on to show you, because I wonder if this will work. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. So you can see how glorious. I do stitch with a hoop or a squirrel frame. I don't like Q-snaps because they hurt my thumbs. They're too wide. But I do love a wooden hoop. So I usually just use a small hoop and then just move it. So I have really been enjoying this. I love the linen. The linen, I can see where I need to put the needle next. I don't know why. I don't know why I find it easy. I do. I find Ada hard because I feel like you have to stab it in sometimes, whereas with linen you don't. It's very soft, it's very supple, it's very, very beautiful. And I am just really, really enjoying this. So I am now over halfway on this, and the other side is just a repeat of this side. So I am loving this one so much. I can't stop stitching this one, to be perfectly honest with you. I will leave links below to where you can get all these things. So here is the 4th of my cross stitches that I have been working on. This was a bag I made years ago when I first started back cross stitching. I feel like this is about, because it was kind of weird. From 17, I was addicted to it until I was about 40 odd. And then my eyesight went wonky, because you know, it does when you get to that age. And I couldn't see, and I didn't like wearing a magnifier around my neck. It used to annoy me. So I stopped stitching for like 15, 20 years. Just stopped. And I picked it up again during COVID. And I'm pretty sure I made this bag at that time. So in here is my, which I started January the 7th, 2022, is my fall on the farm. Now, I know Alana, Mrs. D Stitches, I think is her podcast. I'll leave a link. She's just here, not too far from me actually, and she just finished hers. And it looks lovely. I managed to finish this one, which is what I had been working on. There's my bag, so I can put that there to show you. I had finished this one, finally got all my little pigs done and my pumpkins, and I have just started the last one. Oh my goodness. So here it is in all its glory, and it is a lot of fun. I've enjoyed this a lot. It's on a 16 count beautiful beige, and this I got from the cross stitch cupboard. No, I didn't get it there. They're no longer going. I got it in the Fat Quarter Shop in the US, and it was once a month we got a new piece sent to us, a new chart, and I was keeping up quite well until, let me see when I kept up. I kept up really good. Starting January I did really good. February was rubbish. March, April, May, June, I did super well. Every week I was working on it. July, I didn't do anything. August, September, and October, and then I stopped. Because by then, it was the end of fall. We were in the winter time, and I hadn't finished it. So it's like, So I decided I wanted to finish it this year. So out it came. Not lovely, that one. I like the colors in it. I love the white. The white really brings out the beige color. And so anyway, there's that one. So that is the 4 that I have been working on 2 nights a week. Obviously, one only gets 1 night for the past week. And I'm quite happy with the way that's going. Now, when I brought everything, are you sure? Do you need another cup of tea? Do you have to go for a pee or anything? You know, because I can wait. No, you good? Okay. So, I checked out the cabinet that I had downstairs, which has a ton of finished projects that have never been framed. I even have 2 frames that I bought, but never framed any of them. So those I will save for next week to show you those. I also have on this shelf here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 kits. Never opened, never started. Some of them my mom bought me, and my mom has been passed away now 10 years. So I really don't need to buy anything, you know. So those are there to get started. And some of them I really would love to start. I really would. But next year, I have a plan. And then there were all these that I found in the cupboard, not finished. Started, not finished. There's 9 of them. So when you add that to the 4 I'm actively working on, I have 13 whips. And that doesn't include the other one I want to start. What? I know. Let me show you that one first before I show you all the whippy ones. So when I was in England, visiting my dad there for my cousin's 70th birthday, I picked up this Crossstitch magazine because number one, I thought this was really pretty. But number two, and I loved all these initials and letters. Number two, it had a free gift. And the free gift was this, which comes with the Ada, with the beads, with the floss, with the needle, to make this really cute seaside summer stitch called Harba Holidays. And it's really pretty. So I got it, and I didn't start it, but I thought it was very pretty. So there's the closer up view of it. And I just thought it was nice with all the little houses. It just obviously reminded me of England, you know, it's one of the reasons I bought the thing. But, and there's some other really pretty pictures and charts in there. So then, of course, so this was the actual summer issue. So fast forward, I'm waiting, I'm home. I went to England in May. I'm still waiting for the next issue because it's a 2-parter. I need part 2. This is part 1. I need part 2 because part 2 is the bottom and all the finishing stuff to turn it into a bag. So I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and finally I found this in Walmart, and it has part 2. There are some really pretty ones in here. So part 2 was this bit with more thread, an elastic band, a button, and fabric, because we are going to be making it into this little bag. So the top part is all the houses. That was part 1. And the bottom part is the sea and the ships. I so want to try to make it. And here's the other thing. I have so many unfinished or finished pieces that I don't know if I want to frame them or make them into a pillow. Now, I'd never made a pillow before until I made this one. This one I made, I think it was last Halloween. And I'd made this, and a lot of people framed it, and I forget who in the heck this was. I feel like Diana would know because we did it together. If I can remember who this was. I feel like it was a Hands-On Designs. Does that sound about right, Di? Was it a Hands-On Designs? And it was a mystery. And each week we got a different part to stitch. And so I turned it into a pillow. Sorry about that. My husband just tried to call me. And of course, when I flicked to decline the call, I turned you off. So I actually don't know what I was saying. I think it was something to do with the pillow and wanting to make all my turn some other cross stitches into pillows, but also to see if I could make some of them into bags. So this is why I bought this, so that I could practice making a bag out of cross stitch stuff. And plus I really liked this scene. I think this is really pretty. There's not a lot of fabric here, so I can't imagine this can be a very big bag or very sturdy. But anyway, we'll see. But I do want to cast that on. Cast that on? No, I do want to start. That's right. We cast on for knitting. I have no idea what we do for crochet. And we new start for cross stitch. Okay, so let's get to the extraordinarily long list of stuff that I have started and not finished. The first one on my list is So Happy. And this was something that I think the Fat Quarter Shop did as a sew-along, I feel like, in 2021, 2022, something like that. In fact, let me see. I have a little cross-stitch book here that let's see when the So Happy started. Did I even put it in here? No, I don't think I ever did. Well, that's bizarre. Gosh, there's lots in here. Oh, I did. So Happy, number 9. Number 9. So this was started, oh, there you go, 2021, October 18th, 2021. And I started it, and this is as far as I got. It's very nice, very bold. And of course, all I need is the exclamation mark and the sewing machine, and I'm done. Why did I stop? Probably because something else came along. Isn't it pretty though? So that currently, all the floss is in this little bag and the pattern, but I have to make a bag for it. In fact, I have to make bags for all of these. And the plan is to make a bag for each one of these projects and complete them. And every time I make a bag, for me, I make a bag for the shop, because that's how you do it. So there was that one. Then in this old cross-stitch bag from the cross-stitch cupboard, so this is tell you how old this is. There are 2 things, and they're kits that I got. I feel like I may have got these kits in England, but I'm not really sure. I feel like I did when I went to visit at one time. But this first one is called Skating Buddies. And this one, I got it because both my boys played hockey as kids. And we had a dog. And it just kind of meant something to me. And a lot of times my cross stitch has to mean something to me for me to make it. Well, it did back in the day. And the only trouble with this is as far as I've got with it, which is not bad. But it stinks. It smells horrible because it's been sat in a plastic bag since 2007. Almost 20 years. It smells. So, no, it's absolutely horrible. So I feel like I'm going to need to wash it, soak it. And it's also got marks on it from, I guess, where the needle was in there and sat in there forever, because back then we didn't have needle minders. So it's very nice, and I do definitely want to finish it. I like that house. Yarn. What is it? No, it's not a house. It's my finger. It's a mill by the look of it. So yeah. So I'm going to wash this fabric tomorrow and make a bag for it, and then try to finish it. When? I don't know. I kind of have a plan, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And tell me if you think my plan works. So there's that one. Then sharing the same little cross-stitch bag. And again, it's another dimensions kit. And it's this one, which is just called Roses. And I bought this one because my Auntie Ella our Janet's mom, had just passed away. And her name is actually Rosella. And so we always say a posy for Rosie when we go to her grave and put some flowers on. So I think I need to finish this and gift it to our Janet in memory of her mom. So that smells a bit, it's not as bad as the other one, but they both are going to get a wash. And then they are going to go in some form of rotation. Okay, that was only 3 of the 9. Are you still with me? And I've dropped the blinking thing again. Family tree. Okay, family tree is in this bag. This bag I've had 4 years. I don't even know when I got this bag. I feel like I got it at the cross-stitch cupboard. And it's cool, a cool bag because when it's not jammed up it opens up and it's got a floss that you can put in there on a ring binder. And then on one side you can put stuff and on the other side you can put stuff. So this side has got the family tree. And again, it's a dimensions kit. Look at the bag. It needs its own bag. And this is family tree. And now that all my children have now had their children, and I don't think are having any more, then I should be able to finish this. I was originally wanting to put this on linen. It came with the Ada, but I couldn't fathom it out at the time. So here's where I am on it. Again, a good way through this. I need to finish it. Gosh, it's so funny when I look at the back now, and obviously when I started this, I wasn't the world's greatest. Why is there so many threads there? So anyway, this has to get finished. Family tree. No, that doesn't smell because that was in that bag, but it has been in this plastic bag for a while. So there's that. Then there's Song of Christmas, which usually is on, and I know I started this one when I was still at the cross-stitch cupboard. This is Song of Christmas. It's a lavender and lace, and it is beautiful. And yes, look how far I am with that one. I only have this little bit to do. Isn't that gorgeous? I just think that's so pretty. But again, it's been rolled up on this scroll frame for ages and ages and ages. So I'm going to get this out and start this at some point. Okay. Hampshire and the Isle of Wight map. Oh, blimey, where's that? Yeah, it's in here. This was another kit because again, I just bought kits back then. I don't know how long ago this is, but this is Hampshire and the Isle of Wight. And the reason I have this is because at one time I lived in Southampton for a couple of years when I was a teenager, I think. 10. I was 10, from 10 to 15. We lived in Southampton. And we'd go to the New Forest all the time. We'd go to Winchester Cathedral. We'd go to Buckler's Hard. I've been on HMS Victory. So this meant something to me. And my mum, I think, bought me this kit. Probably when I was home with the boys when they were little. And so, where have I gotten this one? Would you consider this a sampler? I don't know. Is it a sampler? But anyway, a modern sampler maybe? I don't know. I'm kind of interested in doing a sampler at the moment. So there's this. So again, not too much to do. And I think I have another one, a Wiltshire one, because that's where my dad lives now. Anyway, so there's that. Angel and Belle's tree skirt. It's in here, and I don't remember when I bought this. I think I got this from Mary Maxim. And it's obviously a tree skirt, which has these angels and these bells all the way around. So I had to put it in this big bag that I got at the Crossstitch cupboard because it's very big. And it was just shoved in a drawer like this downstairs. That's it. And this, I feel like it's a 14 count, but I do believe we are stitching, but I could be wrong. It looks massive to me. Over a bunch of threads. Or with a lot of threads. Isn't that cute though? So, in the grand scheme of things, there's where that is. So there obviously is an angel or something on each side, and in the corners is the, so there's that one. It smells a bit funny too, because it was just in the drawer. It wasn't anywhere. Okay, Christmas snow globe. Now we're getting up closer to only a couple of years ago. Christmas snow globe, I started September 6, 2022. Tiny Modernist. Oh, maybe that's what that was. Tiny Modernist. I feel like it was. So I started this in September, and it was a mystery. And each week, no, that's not it. What did I do with the, oh, there it is. Each week we got a different section to stitch. So as you can see, that was week 1. That was week 1. So and it's on a linen, and I did get week 1 almost finished, and I never did any more. Now, when I looked at this, I'll put a picture up here of what it should look like. I decided after all the other pieces came in that I didn't like the bottom with the presents and the nutcracker and the snowman. To me, I didn't like them. So I've decided that I'm going to finish all this off, and then the piece that went along the very bottom, I'm going to put it there as if it's the end of the table, and I'm just going to finish off the stuff that's in the snow globe, the Santa, the reindeers, and that kind of stuff. So there's that one. And I've got all the threads on the table here, and they're all in a mess, because I have to sort them out, put them in a bag that I don't have. And the final thing is Haunted Halloween. Now this again was a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive stitch along, and I made the quilt and gave the quilt, I think, to my son in Nova Scotia, I think. And I don't know if I want to finish this. It's the Haunted Halloween SAL is what it's called. And this is as far as I got. And I don't really know if I like it. So, I don't know. I have to decide. I'll have to decide if I like it or not. Enough to finish it. I'll have to print out the actual proper thing so that I can see what it looks like and decide if I want to continue on with it or not. So there you go. Now I've got 9 I found unfinished, plus the 4 I've got. So here's the plan. I think I'm going to pull out the Christmas ones and add them in somehow between now and Christmas. I want to finish the Halloween one before it's Halloween. So I think I'm going to work on that the most. I will leave Fall on the Farm and Peter Rabbit. I'll only do Peter Rabbit once a week, I think. And I'll leave Fall on the Farm and maybe Picking Puppies. But that's supposed to be a Christmas gift for Sean. But I would like to get back to those Christmas ones and work on them. Okay, so I'm going to go like the clappers to try and get Fall on the Farm finished. I'm going all over the place here. By the end of this month. Where are we now? September 18th. Okay. I'll try and get Fall on the Farm finished so it's out of rotation. Peter Rabbit I'll just do once a week on Saturdays or Sundays when I'm watching football. And I'll finish the Halloween one off. That should be quite quick. So I'll try and finish that one off. Then I can bring in 2 of the Christmas ones. So which 2 should I bring in? Should I bring in the Snow Globe and the Tree Skirt, or the big Christmas one? Maybe the big Christmas one. Oh, there's so much to think about. Well, I'm going. I have to clean this mess up in here now. I do. Yes. I hope you enjoyed this rather long one. Next week, we'll go over the kits I've got and my finishes that were in the drawer downstairs. So you get to see them. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. So I'll talk to you all later.